Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's time for GiFTgive's Wednesday morning product talks. Hey, I'm Jovi here again talking to you about our release yesterday, and we've got some cool stuff to show you, so let's get right to it. First, we always start here with our knowledge base, and if you go to help.gift-give.com, you can check out all our knowledge base articles, including the release notes for all the releases every week. And right here I'm looking at this week's release, and as you can see, there's a lot of good stuff in there. We did some work this week helping the nonprofits brand themselves a little bit easier. We also did some work helping nonprofits with some of the website buttons. And lastly, we added a really cool report for nonprofits so they can be notified either immediately, daily, or weekly when transactions occur, needs closed, needs are shipped, stuff like that. So let's get to it, some good stuff, and here we go. First, let's start with some of the branding changes we did. Now before, GiftGive administrators, we were able to upload your all's logos and change your all's URLs, but you guys weren't able to do that. So what we did was we allow now you guys to ability to upload your own logos. As you can see here on the nonprofit settings screen, you can upload your logo. This is one of our customers right now, Chris Kids. And the logos are used right here on the public page. They're used on emails sent to your donors and things like that. So we allow you guys to go ahead and pick those logos now and not wait for us to put them up there for you. The other thing that we added was we added a link to your website, the ability for you guys to add a link to your website. Before we had this, but we didn't publish that we had this feature out there. So now it's all for you guys to do. You can put your website here, and we tell you a little bit about where we use it. And after you've entered your website, we actually put a link back to your website at the bottom of your About Us page. This does two things. Number one, it lets folks dig a little bit deeper into your nonprofit if they want to see what you're all about. Number two, it gives a link back to your website, and for those Google search engines, any search engines, Google, Yahoo, Bing, it gives you a little bit more SEO link back credit. So it's a good thing for you. It's always good for us to link to you and you to link to us. It really just helps that those searches come back to you when you want them to come back to you. So those are a couple of the branding things that we did. We also did one thing on the needs side. Our needs and our campaigns used to have a maximum 60-day open period, and we talked to a bunch of you guys, got some feedback, and we decided to go ahead and double that, bump it up to 120 days. Now we recommend that you have needs open no longer than really 30 or 45 days, but in some cases you may need to have them open 3 months, 4 months. So we went ahead and bumped that maximum duration to 120 days. Now this is both on the needs and the campaigns. So any needs you have out there right now you can extend, or any new needs you have you can obviously use this new maximum duration. So we think that's going to be a big help for you guys. One other thing to talk about here, and it's a biggie. Actually, there's two other things. Sorry, let's go into the one quick thing we added on our marketing engine. Now, as you remember before on our marketing engine, we had a space here where we gave you some buttons that you can use to put on your website to talk about GiftGive. Well, we actually added a few more, and this is from a great suggestion from one of our customers, Chris Kids. They said that they wanted to put a button up alongside their other social icons. And so what we've done here is we've given you two examples of some buttons you can put up there to link back to GiftGive. And they look really good right alongside some examples of what some social icons will look like. So you can download either of these two versions of our logo and put them right up there and do a link back, and it'd be a really cool link, and it'll fit right in with some of the other share and social things that you have out there. So lastly was the real big feature that we created this week, and it is the ability for all nonprofit administrators for nonprofit to receive notification when transactions occur. And we talked to a bunch of you guys, and you came back and you told us that you want a more immediate notification when things happen, or you want a roll-up report when things happen. So what we did was we set up this report so that you can change it. You can receive this report immediately when a transaction occurs. So every time somebody donates, all the admins of the nonprofit will get an email. You can get a daily report, which comes middle of the morning, and it'll give you a report back of all the transactions that occurred yesterday, all the needs that were closed yesterday, whether they're successful or not, and all the needs that were shipped yesterday. Or you can get it sent to you weekly on Sunday morning, so it'll give you the very previous week's transactions closed and shipped. Here's a little bit of an example of what it'll look like. This is what the immediate email will look like. It'll give you some information about the transaction, who it was, their email address, or this is an example of what the weekly will look like. And let's get in this look at this setting real quick. So we go back over here to nonprofit settings, and if you look under more settings, you'll see transaction report. And these guys haven't set it up yet, but if they were to, they'd click edit, and then they could set up whether to get it immediately when a transaction occurs, daily or weekly. Pretty easy, very simple to set up. It's one click and all your nonprofit admins will receive that. Now, one other thing to note is your nonprofit administrators are set up here under your team. Anybody who's an admin who's checked here will receive that email. And you can turn people on, you can turn people off. But it's a really cool email a really cool way for you to set up folks who can administer everything and receive those notifications, and folks who are just helping you here or there. So that's it. Some really good features this week. We're real excited to continue building this product and continue getting you guys all the features that you ask for. There were some miscellaneous bug fixes, and most of those are around how the public side of our application looked on mobile. We're really wanting you guys to use those QR codes and have donors look at our product on their phones, on their tablets, and we really try and attack this every week to make sure we're looking as good as we can on those devices. So that was around a bunch of the things that we fixed this week. So next week we've got a couple big changes. I've got a couple reports that I'm finishing up for some of our customers, and I'm also tweaking the way that you create needs. And when I say tweaking it, I'm making it look a lot more like our other settings pages, nonprofit settings and campaign settings, where there's just a few steps and there's a couple things within each step. We want to make this simpler, and we're always talking to you guys, and we're always trying to address our administration side to make it simpler and simpler. And I just finished the code. I can't show you just yet, but it's going to be some really cool stuff for you guys to use, and it's going to be a lot easier, a lot faster for you to create needs. So look forward to that next Tuesday. But in the meantime, I've got a lot of code to do, so I'm going to get back to it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Take care, and happy gifting.